name is Ashley Shaw, and I am the founder of the Fitness Leader Institute. And today I want to dive into what is the fastest path from being Beachbody maybe feeling like an expensive hobby to a killing it career, and how to really scale your business really quickly. So before we dive into this, I want to take 30 seconds to tell you guys about where I feel like I have an opinion on this. And so the reason being is that when I first started in my career, I'd been in fitness for the past, it's been 16 years now, but in the corporate side of fitness, membership sales, building teams, all that sort of stuff. And I had to make a decision. My husband lived in Ontario. I was in British Columbia, so a 5-hour flight away. We were making it work for the time being, but I knew that there wasn't longevity in that. I couldn't keep, I was running a company out there as the president of that company. So I knew if I was going to make a move, I had to figure out how to get this online thing up and going. I knew I wanted to help people, but it was really starting from nothing and trying to create an online business where I could serve the people I wanted to serve. So it took me 7 months working full-time, my regular job, and then working on my side hustle to go full-time, and then start making 6 figures online in different pockets and different areas, helping people. So that's where I'm coming from, the point of, if I had to do it over again and you were to give me a timeline, what would be the exact things that I learned that I would apply now to get me from a newbie to I'm killing it and I can comfortably quit my job and do all the things I want to do with my life. Okay. So number one is going to be becoming really clear on your story. The reason that this is so important is that I think a lot of us, that's how we connect with others, right? There's a million different coaches that people can work with. The reason they will work with you is because of your story and what you've been through, and how it compares to their story. Because there's a lot of options. They can go to a gym, they can find someone else online. Like, there's no shortage of that. What is really unique is the story you bring to the table, and you crafting that story and really understanding why you do what you do and what compels you to do it. If you can share that in a way that moves people towards action, you're going to find clients no problem. You just really got to be able to nail that, though, and talk about what were the dots. It's always like these dots connecting. We can never see it going forwards, how the dots are going to connect. You can only see it moving backwards. But when you do, then you can bring it to light and people will want to work with you because of that. The second thing is I needed to really figure out why I was different. Now, this plays a lot on your own confidence. Like, this really, it's a little bit about your customer and being able to say, well, the reason that I'm so different than other fitness coaches is I spend a ton of time on nutrition, because I know it's so important in your weight loss results. Anyone can work out for a certain period of time, but why people fall back into old routines all boils down to our nutritional habits, right? People wouldn't slide back if working out was all that it took to get to their goals, right? So if you can nail that piece about why you're different than other coaches out there, and you know deep down, like, no other coach is really like you, I call it being like a magical unicorn. If you can really talk about, there's like typically 3 things: what you're born to do, what you absolutely love doing, like you could spend all your time doing, and how your sort of education backs you up. In the center of that is something that no other fitness coach can replicate. So once you become really clear on that, then you will have this like unshakable confidence. I remember the night I had this dream of what I wanted to do which was about helping fitness leaders. And it was this, kind of wake you up in the middle of the night, the Fitness Leader Institute. I'll get other leaders to come into this group and help this group grow. I had no idea it was going to be Beachbody. I had no idea any of the other pieces, but I just knew what the mission was. And I think when I realized my experience working in fitness for so long just paved this pathway for me to help. I had done like the cold sales. I had done the icky, like I felt that same ick that other fitness coaches felt. And I had a love for teaching. Like, I love to simplify things. I hate when things are complicated. So it was just this like perfect marriage where all of a sudden I felt like I knew exactly where I needed to be. And like getting up in the morning, like I, you know, time to time I struggle waking up. This was so different. I was like waking up at 4 or 5 in the morning, like just because that pure adrenaline of like knowing exactly what my mission was, it was super duper clear. So that is the type of clarity you want to get. You won't need any more motivation. You already have it when you know exactly what you need to be doing. So you need to nail why you're different and really like feel that deep down in your bones, because then you won't compare yourself. The comparison game can pull you down very easily, and it is absolutely a waste of your time. You are not them. You do not want their life. Their life will not make you happy. The only life that will make you happy is the one that you're living right now and staying true to who you are. So get really clear on who you are and why you're different. The third thing is I needed to determine what my message was, because if that's not clear, you're not going to be able to eloquently communicate to someone how you can help them. And that is legit the lead-in line in everything that you're putting out there. And so once I became really clear on this, and my mission is I help fitness coaches eliminate the marketing overwhelm so they can have the business of their dreams. Once I knew that that's what my message was, my message and my mission, things became easy to say no to. Things became really clear on what type of content I should be creating. It just really streamlined the process and like cut out the BS. And I just started to really lean into that. And that made things so much easier when it came to knowing exactly what I needed to focus on. I think sometimes when this isn't clear, myself personally, like I would spend time making logos, picking color schemes, building websites, only to have it come crashing down a few months later when I change directions. So, and that's typically what happens. We get into this, we don't think about these things, and then we end up on the other side of 4 or 5 months in, and we're like, well, nobody's engaging with me. I guess I'm gonna give this up. And it's like, dude, like you didn't clarify these things. That's the problem. You're not the problem. Being clear on these things is, you really need to know what your message is, how you're going to serve people, and that will get you the clarity in knowing what you need to do more of and what you need to do less of. The fourth thing was to stop selling and start helping. So as soon as I knew the Fitness Leader Institute was my mission and what I needed to do, I got in contact with a ton of Beachbody coaches. Like I had one coach that I knew really well. We had been chatting and I've been coming up with some training for her team, but I started to connect to other coaches and figure out how I could help them. So I would develop trainings and I would do different things to really serve my audience. I was not selling at all. And what ended up happening is through serving them, at the end of my presentations, like I guess you could in a way call it a webinar, but I was just jumping on team calls. I would tell people about the courses I offered. So this is like the mindset. How can you start to help more people? Because by helping, when you understand their journey, what they're going through, at the end of that, you're going to be able to flip it into a solution, but they're going to trust you enough to be open to it. You don't want to be offering solutions, asking people if they're on a fitness journey. Like that's not serving them in any way. It's serving you. So don't start with serving yourself. Serve others. The rest will come. You've just got to be clear on how you can do it and then do more of it. It doesn't all have to be online, but if I loved helping moms, I'd be contacting Facebook groups where they're like mommy groups and come on as a fitness expert. Or I'd be going into my local community and going in as a fitness expert. Put your fitness expert hat on and then figure out how do you help your community. There's a ton of people dealing with, everything from people getting older and being afraid to do things at the gym to moms that can't leave their home. And childcare is like out of the question. Like there are so many people that you can help. It's just all about who you're passionate about helping. The last thing that I'll just mention here is that I know there are a ton of coaches that may feel like, okay, cool, I don't know where to start. So I developed a done-for-you plan. This was requested by a bunch of coaches I was working with, like senior level elite coaches, and it was for new coaches. So it's called the Done-for-You New Coach Plan, and it's 30 days of guidelines and templates about what to post. you'll get a post, but you want to tweak it. And here's the thing that sometimes I'm not sure, whenever you're posting something, you really have to put it in words of not only how you would say it, but your ideal audience. Like, you have to take that into account. You don't want to just post to post. Maybe this is the bonus number here, but I hear this from a lot of people that they want to post something and just because they feel like, oh, I need to post today. Here's the problem with that. Like, that is a waste of time, because if it's not jumping out on the page at people, then they're not going to stop their scroll. And then you've wasted all that time posting something and it doesn't mean anything. So it's really important to hone in on exactly who your audience is and speak directly to them. If you're only talking to them, they're the only person that matters. Don't focus your time on likes and like all that sort of stuff. Like, if you move one person and they become a customer, that is your goal. So make that your mission to move people through your words that way and really connect with their experience. So if you're a new coach and you haven't checked out that new Done For You new coach plan, I feel like I'm saying new a lot. It is available for you, and it's 30 days exactly what to put out there in social media with guidelines, knowing you want to get just really connected to who your ideal customer is. And there is a worksheet in there to help you really get clear on that. So I'll put that link in the intro here. If you want to look into that, if that's something you feel would help you, then you can dive into that. And I would love for you guys to leave your biggest takeaway in the comments. That's always really helpful for me to know how I'm serving you guys. And what other questions do you have? Mondays is my night to go live and answer questions that come up in the Business Bootcamp group, but I would love to be able to answer more of those for you. So I hope you guys have a great start to the week, and I look forward to chatting with you guys on Thursday with our next quick tip episode, which will be something about technology and how to better utilize that in your marketing efforts. All right, guys, we'll chat with you soon.